Welcome back to Artists on Artists on Artists on Artists. Zing, zang, zung. We've got another one.
America runs on Duncan, but also American TV runs on procedurals. That's right. We're talking procedural TV.
Procedural television shows are the types of shows that you can see frequently on CBS, NBC, Fox, and ABC. Shows like Law & Order, CSI, and of course, any show that has Chicago in the first word. These actors are lawyers. They're doctors. They are all sorts of important roles.
So prepare to run for 8 seasons and listen in.
Nice.
Everyone looks great.
Yeah.
Everyone looks
totally.
fantastic.
You look good. You guys all look really good
Yeah,
today.
Brittany looks really, really good.
And then it's part of our job to look good, isn't it?
Yeah.
A couple things we
Can I-
got to do. One of them is look pretty good.
Yeah, can I just say I love all y'all's shows. Absolutely amazing shows you guys have.
Likewise.
Thank you
likewise.
so much.
Yeah,
That's
they're
really
so
sweet.
great.
I'm really excited that we get to just speak and speak off the
Absolutely.
top of our heads. You know, sometimes, you know, my show's very word perfect. The script has to be very specific. So it's nice to be able to speak without.
I know, it's really
Why don't
sweet.
you go ahead and introduce
Exactly.
yourself, buddy? That'd be great.
All right. My name is Ryder Silver, and I am an actor. You guys might know me as the young hotshot lawyer on the brand new show DC Rules, and I'm part of a DC law firm where we get caught up in a lot of political scandals, and things run a little hot in the office.
And I could tell you're on season 1, correct? Because you've got that glow about you. You
Oh,
haven't been
absolutely.
Is it that
clocking
obvious?
in. You
You
haven't been clocking
absolutely
in
do,
and
buddy.
clocking out.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I think I also could tell because on your off season, I saw you went to Brazil. Is that it?
Yes, is that how
Yeah,
you can tell?
because you had energy.
Let me answer the
Yeah.
4 questions that give away that I'm on season 1.
Yes.
1, yes, I'm happy. 2,
This
I
guy's
went to
fun.
Very
Brazil.
good.
You have you have energy on your off
Yeah.
time.
3, my wife is pregnant.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And 4, I am thinking a lot about other ways that I can spread my voice.
Yeah. you're thinking you're gonna do another gig besides this.
I mean, mostly. I mean, I have a movie that I've been working on, but I don't have to talk
Or
about that
you're
right
just
now.
thinking creatively.
Creatively, yeah, just creatively, just in different capacities, and I actually have some ideas that I think I've been pitching to the showrunner, and I think they're gonna work out pretty well.
Great.
That sounds like a good
buddy.
fourth
Well,
one.
now,
buddy.
yeah, it seems
Yeah.
like you have some power there.
But I'm
do
really
you?
stoked. I'm really stoked. My character's name is Pork Rind, and he's so fun. And
I'm sorry, what?
my character's name is Pork Rind.
And you're a
Pork
doctor?
Young hot
I'm a
shot
lawyer.
No, you're a lawyer. Right,
I'm a lawyer.
right.
Well, the nickname is Pork Rind, but his real name is Davis. So, but everyone calls him Pork Rind because he's kind of like.
Does
I don't
the
know,
judge
annoying.
call him pork rind?
No, not yet. But that's kind of one of the pitches I have for the next season. What about you guys? I mean, I feel like I am in my literal television with you guys right now.
Oh.
Well, now.
I mean, with you, Mrs.
With me, of course, I am Claire Peters, and I play Claiborne St. Clair Thomas. Claiborne Thomas on the CBS show Dr. Hospital. The year is 1849. And I do a procedural that takes place in, of course, the 19th century with authentic 19th century medicine. We've been on screen for about 15 seasons now, and it's hard to tell where I end and the character begins.
Yeah, well, it's great that they used the name Claire just in your name too. Claire and Claiborne. That's
They
nice.
wanted to make it easier for me, the transition.
Also, that's Dr. Hospital. We're in the what was it called again?
A Dr. Hospital, we're in 1849.
Right, so that's a spin-off of just regular Dr. Hospital, right?
Yes, a Dr. Hospital takes place in the current day, which back when it was created, it was 2004. Now they've been going strong. It's the year 2023, of course. Not for me, but for everybody else, it is, of course, the year 2023.
But you've been on network television for I don't know how long.
Oh gosh, I
mean,
don't know how
ages, it
long
feels like.
either. It's been difficult to recount how many shows I've been jumping from procedural to procedural, from CSI to FBI to CSI Miami to Cops. I've been jumping from show to
You're
show
on the
to
reality show Cops.
Yeah.
That's a wild
I
one.
played one of the people who got arrested by the cops in
That sounds
real
like
life.
you were just arrested.
I think I saw a YouTube compilation of
No, it was a show. We worked that out. We worked it out. It doesn't count on the record if it's for a show.
I think I saw a YouTube compilation of you, Claire, every time you had played the coroner in an FBI or Law and Order episode.
They loved me as the coroner because they said I had the energy that I would be around dead bodies quite frequently.
But it was you when you were much younger.
Oh, yes, I was a smoke show then.
Oh my God, what an inspiration.
Not anymore, of course. These
Yeah,
old
you're s-
bones, are you
Come on,
kidding
you're
me?
still beautiful.
Oh,
Come on.
stop.
Come on,
stop.
Claire.
You're
still
really-
Stop it
you're really
now.
gorgeous.
Y'all better stop it now.
Absolutely. I used to watch you on FBI with my mom when I was homesick from school.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So it was.
That's so. Oh gosh, it's just ancient history.
No, I used to watch it 4 years ago when I was 16. I'm 20. So it was.
Oh my God.
You're 20 years old.
Yeah, I'm 20.
Oh, how the times
God, what a
pass by.
child you are.
Buddy,
Oh,
you got a
You
great
have-
life ahead of you.
Gosh,
Guys,
you're
stop
only
it!
20.
I'm. Look, I feel like I feel kind of old for my age. They call me an old soul.
Oh, stop it! Stop it!
No, it's true. I went to a
Stop it.
psychic. I went to a psychic.
Buddy,
He said.
Buddy,
you gotta
stop
cut
I
that
went to a
shit out,
psychic.
man,
I went to a psychic.
buddy.
He said. I went to a psychic. He said, "Oh, you again." He's talking to my old soul.
Wow.
Oh, he was talking to your soul.
You
Yeah.
sure it
Previous
wasn't just like a
session.
turn of phrase, like hi?
I had been there before.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That seems like a pretty
Buddy,
important
you really
detail.
gotta cut that shit out. Okay.
Okay. Well,
You gotta sustain this now. You gotta sustain this for quite a while.
Yeah.
All right, guys. All right.
Yeah, you got a lot more years. Hey guys, I'm Clive Sand. I'm on the show Fire City.
Mr. Sand from Fire City. You
Yeah.
don't say.
My character's name is General.
I didn't know they had generals.
No,
in
he's a vet, right?
Well,
he's a veteran.
yeah, I was a veteran turned firefighter, so they call me General Stan. And I play a dad who loves his kid and he loves fishing, but
You love to
there's
take your
just
shirt off on that show, don't you?
I don't love to. They make me.
Oh, I bet. I imagine.
Okay.
These
now.
old bones still, can bump a couple irons here and there.
I imagine.
But yeah, I play General Stan, a retired vet, now turned firefighter, and love my kids, love fishing. But man, in Fire City, there's always another fire.
Now, remind me, what American city does Fire City take place in?
This is in Fire City takes place in Detroit, Michigan.
Right.
Yeah. So it's fun. We shoot in Detroit 9 months out of the year. I'm kind of based out of there now. It's great. I love it. We've been on 9 seasons now. Fire City is getting a couple spin-offs. There's Fire City Oakland, Fire City San Diego, Fire City San Dimas, Fire City Oakland, Fire City Water, Fire City Ice, Fire City Sand. There's a bunch of different Fire City Desert.
Are you the star of each one?
Yeah, the spin-offs have me as the star of each one, or one of my sons.
Wow.
So in
Or
Fire
one of your sons?
in Fire City, I have 4 teen sons and one daughter, Abigail. She rocks. She's a great actress. She's basically like my own daughter now. So we love Abigail. That's played by a lovely young Peach Comet.
I love Peach, actually. Peach and I go out all the time.
Yeah, her name is Peach Comet.
It's
She's
so
a great
funny
girl.
that she played Peach Comet in the Hello Kitty series, and then she decided, I want that name for myself.
So wait, Peach Comet
Yeah,
is the
wasn't
name
her
of
name
a
like
real
Mary
thing?
Beth
It
or
was
something?
Mary Beth or something.
I've named.
It was such a good move for her career.
I remember that. I was tracking her career. I thought, what a good move. I should have done that when I played Borfy, the seal.
You should have renamed
On a
yourself
Pixar
Borfy,
movie.
Claire. You really should have been Borfy.
So yeah, that's me. What about you? Why don't you introduce yourself? Huh?
Hey guys, what's up? I am Molly Ting. I am on I'm on helicopter ambulance. I've been on there for about 4 years now. I play Sistine, and Sistine is
Like Sistine Chapel.
yeah, and she is a helicopter pilot who is riddled with anxiety, and is one of the best helicopter pilots in the world. And she can also do open heart surgery, is what she's learning she can do.
I love the pilot when she uses the helicopter as the first time as the ambulance and performs open heart surgery and goes, wait a second, I know how to do this. But she's so nervous the whole time.
Oh, thank you so much.
You were
I appreciate
so good at
that.
that.
And so I love that storyline. I think I popped this episode on the television when I was in town. I was staying in a hotel. I was staying in a Marriott, and
Marriott loves us.
Marriott loves you guys. They put you on the center of the. You know when a hotel has the TV station that's just stuff that's going on in the hotel.
Yes.
They put on a helicopter ambulance
Yeah.
You know,
instead.
even if it's a picture of the hotel room on that picture, in that picture, we're on that TV.
In
it's
the window,
like a Roku City type
Yes,
thing
it
where
is,
they
it
have
is.
little sponsorships.
Exactly.
But I watched the episode where she realized that she could do open heart surgery. And it was that in a dream, she was talking to a woman that she couldn't recognize who was a doctor of open heart surgery. And that woman was later, it was her mother, her deceased mother, right?
Yeah.
God, I love it. It's
Yeah.
just so great when procedurals have all the information laid out, and then 7 seasons go by and they got to dig for more.
I'm really excited to get to that point in my career as well. I mean, I feel like your character right now is just being uncovered.
Yeah, and that's
yeah.
when you know they need more.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't believe you're how old did you say you're 20?
I'm 20 years old.
Yeah, I feel like you have so much to learn because I am 24 and I feel so old.
Yeah.
I feel like
Well, now you two better.
Come on, you guys.
Come on.
Come
I
on.
just feel like I've been on.
on.
You guys are young. You guys
I
are
don't know.
very young.
I feel old too. My knees the other day made a noise that I'd never experienced.
No, they didn't. Bullshit.
yeah, come
Yeah.
on, buddy. Cut that shit out,
They
okay?
had.
No, I had a sip of wine and I spinned around really fast and it like made me dizzy.
Oh no, are you okay now?
No, I'm okay now, but I was like, I guess I'm edging 30.
Yeah. That's how I
Yeah,
feel.
no.
you're not.
It's really
no.
scary.
No, you're
Anyway,
not.
it's really special that all of our shooting cycles could like stop at a certain point for us to do these press.
Totally.
I mean, with the Emmys coming up and all this stuff, it is really special.
Well, notoriously, none of our shows are ever going to be nominated for Emmys.
Mine's
you
the
know?
first season. I mean, I think I have a chance. You know, I think our shows.
Okay.
Okay.
Has some acclaim
Okay.
and-
yeah.
Okay.
Well, we have some really cool veteran actors who are bringing a very interesting
who's on?
energy. Well, I have Bo Bridges.
Bo Bridges.
Bo Bridges
Bo
is in our
Bridges.
show. Yeah, Bo Bridges is in our show, and
That's
we're
incredible.
we're really excited about that. And Rita Wilson is in our show as well.
Wow, you got
Rita Wilson is
Yeah.
my favorite actor.
She's awesome. Rita is, and I'll tell you what, she is so fun on set, and I would go on record as saying she's the most prepared actor I've ever worked with, and probably that exists in the industry. She knows every line, she knows every stage direction, she knows everything, and you can just tell she's working hard on the script because she wants to do well.
That's great.
That's incredible.
That's amazing. So here's a question. I've been pondering. How do you kind of keep the energy alive? Because it's day in, day out. A lot of people don't know this, but it's a 9 to 5.
It is basically a 9 to 5,
We
right?
show up I show up for makeup around 7, get out around 5. So it's a little longer than a 9 to 5 sometimes, but a lot of the times in my trailer, bronze in my chest. So
Well, for me, it's primarily the wealth generated from the experience of shooting this thing.
How much have you been paid?
Well, when I first started out on Dr. Hospital, we were in 1849, I was paid in $10,000 an episode. I was getting $10,000 an episode. We're on season 26 now, Now I'm up to 1 million an episode. So I have generated quite a fair share for myself.
And you guys shoot 100 episodes a season, right?
And we shoot 100 episodes a season. So, to be frank, every time I get a little tired or a little sick of pulling leeches out of a character actor, I remember how much money I got sitting in my bank account. I just bought a house. I just bought a house in North Carolina.
That's so fun.
That really matches your accent now. That's great.
It's really great because I didn't sound like this before I started the show.
Oh, where are you originally from?
I was from Malibu. I grew up in Malibu. My dad was in the industry, and then once I got this show, my voice sort of gradually changed to adapt to my surroundings.
Because you've been in 1849 for so long.
Exactly, because we shoot this show 11 months out of the year, and so I found it's much more efficient and easier for me to stay in character and get out when I have to, as opposed to trying to find the character over and over and over again. It's exhausting.
I can imagine.
I feel
can
that.
imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we all be kind of okay to talk about money? I think it's important to discuss
Absolutely.
money.
I mean, it makes us stronger.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's go around. How much money does everybody have?
Well, so I'm on the first season of my show, and as many people know in the industry, the first season is a specific rate, and then if we get into a second season, my rates double. So I'm starting at $800,000 an episode, and I was given a $3 million
Whoa.
signing bonus. And they agreed to pay off my parents' house, which was awesome.
So they gave you a $3 million signing bonus, like a baseball player?
Yeah, like a signing. Yes, because I don't know if
Well,
you
you
guys.
were a free agent, weren't
Yeah,
you?
did you guys? I don't know if you guys knew about the new procedural draft that's been happening.
No, I
So
haven't
we should
heard
talk
of it.
about the draft.
Yeah, which is it is kind of frustrating because it is mandatory, and I do see actors protesting. You have to serve your country, and you have to apply to be in a procedural, and
So if
it's
you're a
controversial.
certain- if
Like
you're a
it's
certain-
controversial.
Yeah.
If you can say words fast off of a piece of paper and you're a certain level of attractiveness, you are drafted
Yeah.
into this.
And for artists, it's like one of the worst things that could happen to you, right? Like you have to say goodbye to your career
If
because
you I remember I have a friend that just fell in love with Chekhov.
yeah,
And it was so sad because she started reading Chekhov.
yeah.
And she was just about to do Three Sisters.
It's just a great tragedy.
and then
because-
what?
And I went, when the country finds out that you can read big words fast, I would lay low a little bit.
But she's out there, right? What's she on? Is she what is she, a doctor, a teacher, a lawyer? What is she?
She's on CSI Jupiter, Florida.
Yeah, she's serving her country on CSI Jupiter, Florida.
Which is a great show that takes place on the planet Jupiter if Jupiter had a Florida.
No, there's a Jupiter in Florida.
Okay, never mind. Buddy, you gotta cut that shit out, okay?
What?
Nothing. All right.
Look, the draft is such a great tragedy. It's such a great tragedy. I wish, because I, as a person who is an 8, on the scale of hotness, of course, when I was
Come
19
on,
years old and
come
I was an
on.
8. No, don't put me any higher because then
You're-
I'd have to be a model and I'd be out of a job. So shut
I
up.
would say 8.5, 8.4 maybe.
Yeah, I'll take
8 on a scale of 1 to
8.5.
5. You're a smoke show to me.
No, on a scale of 1 to... Oh, my God, I just got what you're doing. You better stop it now.
I'm sorry. You're right. I am messing
I'm
with
married.
you. I am sorry.
I'm married to an oil baron.
Okay.
So you
Yes,
don't even
ma'am.
need the money. How much money is in your bank account? If you're married to an oil baron, how much money is in your bank account?
$10 trillion.
Okay, yeah. That's some serious cash flow.
Wow. Molly, how much money you got?
Okay, so we've done 4 seasons, and
That's great. That syndication level almost there.
thank
2 more
you,
and you're there.
Angel. So we've done 4 seasons, but Helicopter Ambulance is one of the longest episode orders, I think, in CBS history.
Yeah, how many episodes
So in
do
each
they order?
in each of our 4 seasons, we have 5,000 episodes.
And how long is each?
30 minutes.
Oh,
Okay.
Great. That's a fun drama.
Yeah, I mean, helicopter rides are notoriously short.
That's why you take a helicopter.
So true.
So the writers were just like, there's no way around this being
I've got
an
a question
hour.
for you. What do you guys do about sound? What do you do about sound? How do you guys play to the fact that helicopters are one of the loudest things you can be
Yeah.
near or around?
Yeah, it's just like some of the disaster procedurals where it's just like like, I mean, watch the Titanic. I mean, some of our big Some of the big people that have gone before us that have done war movies have made sounds and made stories within fires.
I just
will
think it's
say-
brave that they
tsunamis.
only shoot your scenes while you're in the helicopter.
Yeah.
All your
Yeah.
sex scenes, all your personal
No,
life
for
scenes,
sure.
they all
Oh,
take
that
place
scene
when you're
where you
picking up
hooked
your
up-
friends in the helicopter.
You had that 10,000 episode arc with that guy.
It was a
who-
2 seasons. Yeah,
2 seasons,
5,000.
10,000
yeah.
each, and finally you guys kissed and hooked up in the cockpit of your helicopter.
Yeah, and that was so fun because the director wanted to reclaim wind as sexy. And we used like a
because
lot
notoriously
of
wind is not
Well,
No,
sexy.
water is
Hurricanes
sexy.
have given it a
No.
bad
Water
name.
is sexy. Fire is sexy. Wind is not sexy.
This is something we talk about a lot in my acting class. Everyone's treating wind like a best friend, and it's like really hard for me to see.
No, we need to bring wind back. It's like all right that
It's
wind
crazy.
is sexy. It's all
Yeah,
right.
so
It's crazy.
it was really fun to do that because I mean, the second helicopter ambulance joined the procedural families, I think it was fun to just see what a helicopter can do, just like a fire truck, just like an ambulance, just like a cop car. It's like, how does this join the family of transportation devices that tell these stories? But this thing's loud. This thing is really, really, really
I know.
loud. So we're doing a lot of MOS.
And can I tell you, it's really loud to watch,
It's
too.
very
Yeah.
loud. I have to turn my TV down almost to silent.
Yeah, well, that's why we do so much music. We have like a deal almost exclusively with the Fray. They do so much of our montages.
And why is it almost exclusive?
Well, a couple of times they need like a different type of music.
Okay.
That makes sense to me.
God, what the Fray has done for procedurals is so
They
have,
are heroes.
No,
it's
they're
so
heroes.
Our brothers
they
in
got
arms.
drafted way before anybody
Yeah.
else.
They did, and
Yeah.
Coldplay walked so the Fray could run. That's what I say, and a lot of people come for me in the comments about
Yeah, a lot of them said Coldplay came way before the Fray.
Yeah.
that. Yeah, and you know what? Roast me in the comments. I don't really care.
Yeah.
But I'll say in terms of procedural montages,
How are they roasting you? Can we just focus on that? How
we're
are they?
saying that Coldplay walked so the Fray could run.
What would they say in response to that?
That it's the opposite way around, or that Coldplay was way here before the Fray, or that they shouldn't even be in the same level. I'm having a stroke.
Don't worry, we all are, honey.
No, don't
we
worry
all
now.
are, baby.
Don't worry
playing
now.
field, that they shouldn't even be in the same
Yeah.
level playing field. But in terms of procedurals, guys, we're talking about music is different, like storytelling is different, sounds are different. So I will say the Fray we are using almost exclusively because it's the sound of this helicopter.
Yeah.
And it's the sound of my helicopter, my character's helicopter.
I've got a question. Is the show a little bit like Midnight Rider where the helicopter can speak?
No, but it
Great.
has. sorry. No, because I mean, we're really grounded in reality.
Yeah,
and
that's
I'll say,
so true.
like,
I was just trying to give you an idea. Maybe that's.
oh no, I would love the writers notoriously.
Oh, this fireman's bored, I can tell. That's why he's pitching on other shows.
Do
I
you
just
pitch on
think
your
You're
show?
bored and
all
taking
the
your shirt
time.
off.
See, I can tell my writers hate when I pitch. They
love
say, "Go
they
back,
love my
get a
pitches. They
tan."
always say, "Hey, great idea. We love that." We love
Really?
it." Yeah.
And
love
do
it.
they implement them, or do they just say, great idea, pat you on the back, and give you a lollipop?
Yeah, what do they
I
do?
think you're really accurate. I have received a lot of lollipops.
Well, Clive, I also
I
read.
love a lollipop, and they know my favorite flavor.
I love when they give the actors a good idea, a lollipop.
Did you direct an episode this year?
I
of the
did.
show?
I did direct an episode.
How was that? Did you feel like a director?
Wild. I felt great. So basically, it was so much easier than I thought. I show up maybe 30 minutes a day. And the camera's all set
And
up,
how much
and
do you
they've
get
already
paid?
shot half of the day. It's great.
Really?
You know?
How much do you get paid directing versus acting in an episode?
So directing is different because I'm kind of new to the game of directing. But it kind of falls into my contract. So for directing that one episode, I got 4 houses in Malibu,
Wow.
and then 1 house in Tahoe, and a hotel complex in Reno.
Do you
Well,
think
I
it's
heard that's
weird?
what SAG is bargaining for.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I was
it's
gonna
a
say-
big. That's why we picked
Yeah.
it. You
It's a
know, I
good
should have
fight.
gotten 5. Should have gotten 5.
Do you think it's weird these studios use land so often in paying us?
So
I
strange.
think so. Because aren't we going to run out of it?
Well, I don't know
Eventually.
though. I don't know. I don't think so. I own most of Ohio now, so that's great.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
locals love me.
Did you guys do any research, like kind of doing ride-alongs or working with people that are in your fields when you started?
That's a great question.
Like, did we do co-stars?
No, like, did you do research?
Did you get in a helicopter?
I had a
so
meeting-
sorry.
like
I'm
guest
so
no,
sorry.
it's okay. I had
Oh,
a meeting
like
with a lawyer, and I sat in on a couple cases at the local court.
No way.
And I watched them.
How
and I
many?
took
Like,
some
how long
notes.
did you take doing that?
I did it for a month and a half.
That's
When
incredible.
when I was auditioning, I just went and I started, and then I kept doing it after I got the
What
role.
kind of a case did you watch?
I watched all sorts. I watched civil and I watched criminal. I watched this one case of this woman who was suing her neighbors because she fell down her stairs.
Her fault.
And she was blaming.
Okay, fireman.
I mean,
Was
I
it
don't
her
disagree
fault?
with you
Was it
because
her
why would it
fault?
be her neighbor's fault?
Well, it actually was her neighbor's fault because her neighbors didn't tell her that they were building stairs there. So
Oh,
yeah.
what?
It used
In
to
her
be,
house?
What did
No,
it
not in
used
her
to
house,
be?
on the hill. It used to be a hill, so she was used to walking down a hill, and then she tripped on the
Her
stairs.
freaking fault. Open your eyes, old lady.
I didn't tell the story to take a side. I told
No,
the
and
story
I'm
to
sorry.
kind
That's
of-
personal. One of my arcs on my show is, I get in a lot of trouble because I actually nudged an old lady downstairs, and I'm trying to save a fire. There's a bunch of buildings, and this woman is pestering me to save her, and I go, I've got to save these kids first. I've got to save these kids first. It's a full school children of kids, and she's asking me, hey, can you bring me down these stairs? I'm like, walk. So my character goes through this whole legal battle.
That's pretty unlikable for your character to do that.
That is really
It was
unlikely.
an accidental nudge. I mean, people really like the arc. Actually, people really.
I didn't
appreciated
see
it.
that season. Was that a full season of legal? Not what have you?
That was a full season. Well, what happened was I wasn't. I was running for governor of Ohio at that point, so they couldn't use me in the fire scene. So they had me do a lot of like exterior political stuff. We shot out most of my scenes in a day, and it was mostly in a courtroom. It was pretty great.
Wow.
Yeah, for
I
the
mean,
whole season.
that sounds a lot like I've heard of the acting guy Stanislavski.
Stanislavski.
That's cool.
So you've heard of him?
So you've heard of him now.
I think so.
Well, I had to do a few ride-alongs with some very weird historical reenactors. I don't like them very much, and I can't relate to them in a single way.
Did you learn anything?
I learned that there were 4 humors that we believed in the human body, and medicine was done by removing or supplementing different levels of humors to balance them out. So yellow, green, black, and red were the 4 humors, I believe. This is all coming from one guy, and he was a Civil War reenactor who knew a lot about the medical side, and so I hung out with him at a bar for a couple of hours, and I got a lot of information on sort of the mindset of that, because I also have to play a man in the show. I have to play a woman disguising herself as a man, as sort of a Mulan situation, because, of course, women couldn't be doctors in 1849.
Right.
So the
No.
whole show, it's shocking that it's quite as much of a hit as it is, because I
Wow,
would say it's
wow.
unrelatable subject matter, and I'll say that to their face. To the show's face.
Yeah,
Wow.
I did a lot of research. I looked up a lot of videos about fires for a couple months, and then I had to sit down with a retired general, and I also had to sit down with a guy who loves to fish, and that was kind of my my thing.
You had to sit down with a guy who loves to fish?
He was a boring ass dude.
How did they find that man?
They did a big call, apparently a producer had a friend who knows a fishing community, and so they kind of called in a guy who just is a retiree, loves to fish. And just, as an actor at that time, to get into the mind of somebody who loves to fish, it's so interesting. It's so intriguing. What is the pain behind somebody that loves to fish? What are they escaping? What are they running from? It was something that really drove a lot of the fire scenes forward.
And what did you find he was running from?
That guy, he was running from a lot. He was running from the cops. He was running from casinos. He was running from a lot.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So it was interesting. I honestly, really interesting guy.
Wow, it seems like it fuels the work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I ask you guys a question? Because I think one of the things I'm running into, since, I'm the newbie here, one of the things I'm running into is it's sometimes hard for me to memorize all those lines. I'll walk in and there'll be 8 pages that we're doing that I didn't know existed, and
Yeah.
I don't even know when they wrote them, and I'm trying to work on them, and feels like it's not right, and it feels like a pressure because everyone wants to get out because it seems like everybody has a kid and every kid has a recital, so it feels like we're getting out so fast. So I guess I'm just wondering if you guys have any advice for me.
I've got you a piece of advice now.
Okay.
I would say forget all the other thoughts in your brain. Just get rid of them. They're of no use to you now. You don't need to do hobbies. You don't need to do stuff outside of this. You don't even have political opinions. Just remove all that space. Free up some storage space in the main for the lines now.
Really? But I think my problem with some of the lines, even if I were to empty my brain, I don't know what a lot of these words mean, and I don't know what a lot of these things are. It feels complicated. It feels like I'm talking about legal stuff I don't know anything about. So how do I attach to that? How do I keep that in my brain?
So that's what I think the research trip was for.
Oh.
If I'm not, is like learning the words and
I was supposed to
stuff.
learn what it was like to be a full lawyer on my one research
Not
trip?
like a full
man.
lawyer, but I think like a little bit of like the research is like to learn a little bit.
Oh, so
'cause-
like everything you guys say on your procedurals, you guys like fully know everything you're
I
saying?
had to know deeply. I had to become one with fire, man. And I had the same problem when I started out. I didn't know half of the words about fire.
Well, I don't know. I think that makes sense to me. I think you would know like that plank is on fire.
I
that
did not know that. I didn't know what a plank of wood was. What the heck is that? I had to
Thank
learn.
God you sat down with that fisherman and learned.
Yeah, he taught me a lot. So
He said fire good, fire bad, fire hot, fire not when it's out.
that's exactly what he said.
That sounds so hard.
Now, believe it or not, I actually know everything I'm talking about on the show because I know exactly as much as doctors did in the 1840s.
That's a good point.
Which
yeah.
is just, I mean, I think don't be that hard on yourself. This is season 1. I think like there's a lot of room to learn. You learn as you go. You kind of learn on your feet because you are faking it to make it, making it. Like because I grew up riding helicopters, and I'll get on that later. But
Yeah, we should. I wish I
I'll
knew
touch
that
on that
earlier.
later.
Okay.
So I grew up riding helicopters, but I didn't need research on getting into helicopters and riding those. I needed research on kissing and making out.
You've never been
Really?
kissed.
No, I know I'm just a smoke show.
So I'm sorry. You asked your producers to help you research kissing?
No, I just knew that going into this, like
Yeah.
just like you knew that being a lawyer was out of your depth. I knew that having really hot sex was out of my depth. I didn't know where to put my hands. And if we're being vulnerable here, I have really beige, boring sex.
Really?
And being on these procedurals, I grew up watching Grey's Anatomy. I was like, who's creative enough to put their hand there?
Interesting.
I put my hands behind my back and do the thing, and then I'm done.
It sounds like your writers are really sexually active. I have to.
I mean, aren't all
And also,
of
you
your...
No.
put your hands behind your back?
Yeah. Just
I-
because it's polite.
I would say that mine. Okay. Mine know a lot more about law than they do about sex, and so the sex scenes feel very. I'll say dialogue heavy, very talky.
You're over talking the sex.
We're talking
Whether
a lot
like
about
I
the sex.
object, kissy kissy.
Yeah, I object.
I had
On
the
what
same-
grounds would you like to enter that
Kissy,
piece of
kissy,
evidence?
kissy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's a similar thing with mine. Mine are too fire oriented, you know. And
But
so-
to say, I learned. Like I had to learn memorizing kissing choreography, and like learning.
Did you have who was your kissing choreographer?
Linda Jones?
Oh my gosh, legendary Linda Jones. The
She's
kissing
incredible.
Choreographer.
She's incredible. Did you have sex with her?
We hooked up.
I
yeah.
love her. She's the best. She's the best.
I could
sex
tell
ever
by
had.
the way you said, "Oh, Linda Jones."
Yeah. The fact that I know her inside and out. Okay.
Okay.
Yucky. Yucky, gross from
Yeah.
the fireman.
Hey, yucky for
Fire
that.
City, get me out of Fire City
Hey,
right away. I'm calling an
Yuck
Uber.
City.
Get me home.
Oh, someone call me in a helicopter. Yuck City over here.
Clive, do you ever have to deal with any sticky situations with HR or anything like that?
Not once.
Really?
Not once. Yeah. I think it's because me and the HR person hooked up.
I don't think that's it. That is yucky.
Yucky.
That is
Yucky.
yucky.
What's yucky about that? We're
That is
free
yucky.
men. We're free men and women. It's just free love, you know?
I want to know something, and that is, do you guys have aspirations beyond the procedural you're currently on, or do you desire to sort of kick up your feet and do this forever?
Well, I did a couple movies in my past. You know, we've been 9 seasons now. Around season 4 or 5, when we were taking off, I did a couple movies. They never really went anywhere. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen my movies. Have you by chance seen the movies I starred in?
Horror Factory?
Remind
Or-
me.
Air Bud.
Yeah, Horror Factory and Airbud. There was Horror Factory, which was kind of a murder mystery type thing, trying to get to the bottom. I played a detective trying to figure out what was going on.
Now, did the factory make horrors, or was there a horror happening in a regular factory?
So you haven't seen it. So you haven't.
No, I'm on
Well, that's
set
a telltale
all day
sign.
long. I haven't seen
Telltale sign you haven't seen my movie is that you don't know anything about it. I was a detective. Somebody called in a complaint about a factory. Turns out there's a bunch of horrors happening at a factory that has a bunch of.
That's one of the worst things that can happen to a factory when
Yeah.
there are horrors in it.
Yeah,
Certainly gets in the way of work.
yeah, absolutely. And Airbud was a sweet movie about a dog.
Now
Yeah.
what was that about?
So you haven't seen it. So Airbud.
I'm on set all the time.
Airbud is a sweet movie about a boy and a dog, and I play the connection between the two of them. I kind of narrate it. And then I also played Geeked Out Samurai, which was a great, fun action movie, kind of a mix of everything. It was Jumanji meets The Last Samurai meets Last of the Mohicans meets Death on the Nile meets Speed Racer meets a Cosmopolitan is what I was told. And that was a really fun movie. Got $14 at the box office when it came out.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a shame.
So I kind of had my thing. I tried it out. Didn't work. So, I'm just a guy who loves his dad.
Yucky.
What's yucky about that?
Tell us about your dad a little bit if you love him so much.
My
There's
dad's-
something smarmy about the way you love your father. I don't trust it.
For some reason, I know it isn't inherently yucky,
wrong.
but the way you
I love
said
my
it
dad.
and what you did with your foot when you said it is just yucky.
It's wrong.
I love my dad. He's a good guy. He's retired now, and parents got divorced early on. My mom's with some idiot. So I got to look out for him. We go on trips now. We hang out. We hug.
gosh.
Very touchy feely, and it's great.
I'm hoping to renegotiate my contract at 3 years. I think I'm gonna take what I make and
Slum it for a little.
from DC Rules. I'm gonna do that. Get a little bit of reputation. Get some meetings. And I'm gonna use it to make a lot of my independent projects. And I'm really excited about that. I have a coming of age movie I wrote about a little boy, like a teenager who finds his first love at a Boy Scout camp. But I can't make it yet because CBS told me I'm not allowed to come out of the closet yet. So it's going to come out soon. But I'm really excited about
So
it.
how did that meeting look like? What did that look like?
Well, they said it was a dummy production company where they set up a fake company.
was this
bought it.
after you were cast?
It was after I was cast, and they said, we would like to meet with you. We have
it's a
ideas for
gotcha
general.
meeting.
It was a gotcha meeting. Have you guys had gotcha meetings?
I've had a couple of gotcha
where they
meetings.
said, thank God this was a gotcha meeting. Thank God this hasn't come out. No one can hear about this. You're straight for a little bit. So that's what I'm up to right now.
And you're going to be playing the young Boy Scout?
No. I couldn't possibly. No, we're gonna get whoever's young and hot at the time. Younger than me, obviously.
I think I had a gotcha meeting before I got my chin done.
What happened?
I think it was a reverse gotcha meeting where they forced me to get my chin done.
That's a
I got
classic.
them meeting.
It was a
I'll say, I'm sorry the studio is making you do that.
Oh, it's okay. I
but
stayed in
you're
the
fine
closet.
with it.
I'm okay with it. I mean,
Are you? Because I miss my old chin.
Do you? No. I know that I'll be queer eventually, and I'm really looking forward to
Hey,
that
that's
day.
great, buddy.
And I've lined a bunch of stuff up. I reserved a table at High Tops in West Hollywood for 2027.
You
So
reserved a table.
That's great. That was the earliest
That's
you could
awesome
get it.
that Resi lets you do it that far ahead.
So I-
Especially on high top. For high top.
for High Tops. Yeah, Resi is really helping me out. They
That
said we
place-
won't do this for anyone, but we feel so bad for you.
That place is just like Bestia. You can't get in for months.
So I just figured I'd set it, and it'll be really nice.
And that's only 4 years. That's great.
Yeah. No, it's only. It is for. Yeah, I set it off. So
Have they
it's not
started talking
3 years,
about
4 years.
if you guys get a season 2 yet.
I
When do you guys find out? There's got to be a deadline for that, huh?
think. Yeah, right. I think we're gonna come. I think it's coming any second now. I haven't heard anything.
Oh, you haven't
The
heard
key
anything.
to your freedom and your life path
Yeah.
is an episode order. Are you getting numbers?
Yes.
Yeah, what are your numbers?
How much are they asking?
What do you mean?
How many episodes
How many episodes? Oh,
per season?
And how much are they asking? Yeah.
so this is a lot of stuff.
You gotta
No,
know how
this is
many-
a
and how
simple
many views
question.
you-
Okay, this is a simple question. So they're asking. So I think the current episode order is question mark. It's like it's like
Okay,
a
so they
sideways.
want you to
No, you know
stay-
what it was? Sorry,
What
I'm
was it?
confused. It was an 8, but they had it on its side.
Oh God! And they want you to stay in the closet. Did they have that?
Until the 8
Season
that
4.
sideways goes away.
It's until the infinity sign
That's it.
disappears.
Oh, is that what that is?
But-
Due
That's
to
an infinity
unknown laws
sign.
of the universe that makes infinity disappear. That's when you can be queer.
I think so.
And that's your season 1 episode order?
Do you think I should call Resi?
I think you got to call Reggie.
I
You
think
should
you
call
got to
Rizzy.
move that high tops res to later.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll push it.
Because
I'm
you
gonna
don't
push it a
want to
little bit.
lose your reputation with Resi. Because once you're gone, they'll say, well, we can't reserve
We
a table
gave
for
him a
you in
chance.
2029 because remember what you did in 2027.
I know.
But then use a pseudonym because you don't want high tops to know it's you.
I got in trouble at the open table once because they told me that I had reserved a table, but I didn't check in for it. But
No, open table, they're sluts. Those
Well,
women pull their
now.
panties down for anybody.
Where's this
How
coming
do you know that?
from? What is this
aren't
happening?
you 24?
Becoming her. I'm becoming her.
What was
Well,
that?
how
No,
did
those
this
women are
happen to
sluts.
you?
I know it because I went to college with them.
You went
Okay.
with the
You went
women
to
from
college.
Open Table,
Open table girls.
They all were in Chi Alpha,
and they were.
and
you-
they opened open table together.
And did they
Wow.
bully you?
They did because I would helicopter to my class every morning.
Now
Yeah,
we're getting.
now
Can we
to it.
talk
I would
about
bully
that?
Now
you.
we're
I
getting
would
to it.
bully
Can we finally
you if
talk
I
about
would-
that?
Now we're talking.
And I'll
about
get into it later.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
You know, after this, after my career is done on Doctor Hospital, we're in 1849, I want to, you know, I've taken a fondness to all the leeches on the show, and I've started keeping them in jars in my house, and I'd like to investigate that relationship further.
You just want to figure it out.
You want to figure out why you like it?
I want to see positive about that.
Investigate your relationship with leeches.
I want to do some, you know, because I was starting to have these thoughts, you know, maybe I should open up a conservancy, what do they call
Yeah,
that? A
conservancy.
conservatory. No, for animals.
Conservancy.
A conservatory. I think a conservancy is what like celebrities
Well,
are under.
Britney Spears
They
was
don't- yeah,
under-
yeah,
No,
yeah.
That's a
No, I'm talking about
conservatorship.
an animal at the zoo.
Conservation.
A conservation effort for the
Conservatory is
leeches.
a college that has no.
A
that has infinity
conservatorship
sign.
is what Britney Spears was under with it.
So
You
you want
want
to
that
save
with the leeches.
You want to save the leeches.
I wanted to save the leeches, and it was actually this precise conversation that was rumbling around in my brain where I couldn't figure out what the word for it was.
Or
that
do you
had
wanna put-
actively dissuaded me from the process of creating a leech conservatorship?
Okay, that sounds like a conservatorship, which means you want to put the leeches up to
Well, yeah, I
perform.
want to be in control of their Vegas showcases
Yes,
and
I
their
was gonna
legal
say.
affairs, and I
Yes.
want to profit off of them.
Definitely investigate that relationship. If
And
that's
so
what you want to
exactly.
feel about it.
So, at the advice of my therapist and my husband, I decided to investigate why I want that.
Yeah, that's great.
So I'm doing a lot of inner work, a lot of breath work, a lot of
Yeah.
yoga, trying to figure out what's wrong with me and where it all went
Oh,
wrong.
great.
Do you guys still like being on your shows? Like, what's the day to day? Are you showing up motivated? Are you showing up depressed? Where are you?
I like it.
Yeah. What is your day to day like? What? How many lines you got?
Well, like usually 8 to 9 pages. I'm usually I'm doing something that's wrong at the beginning, and then I figure out that it's wrong, and then I do the right thing at the end. Usually every episode.
Yeah, I usually wake up, I YouTube people kissing, I stare at it for a while, and then I go, okay. Then I show up to set, I learn my lines really fast.
Yeah, at this
Cool.
point, it's so easy. Unfortunately, most of my lines are just reactionary. You know, they don't give me the big stuff anymore.
Yeah, I think yeah, that does make sense.
My number one line is, "There's a fire? Where?"
Really?
And that's all they really need from you,
Yeah,
right?
those
because by
writers
then
are
you're
really
taking off
just-
your shirt, your
And then-
fire equipment, and you're running into
I
it.
either say, "Here we go," or "Here we go again."
Oh.
It's kind of my.
I like when
catchphrase.
you're sarcastic about the fire.
Yeah, it's and here we go again. So good.
Can I ask you guys a question too? So we're coming to the end of the season, and I know a lot of the people are buying kind of trucks for the crew and stuff. Do you guys buy the crew gifts? Or
Who's buying trucks for the crew?
You know, like food trucks or like coffee trucks or like a
okay.
big crew gift
I thought
for the
you meant
day.
like a truck.
Yeah, they're
you know?
buying
No,
each
I
crew
wouldn't-
member a truck.
No, no one's buying crew members trucks that I know of. But what do you guys do for your cast?
I buy him a truck.
Do they share it? It's just one
You
truck.
did say a truck.
Yeah, so I don't know about you guys. Do you guys do separate trucks? I do a truck.
Yeah, they
For the
all
crew.
share it.
Yeah.
Well, I do a Harry and David's gift basket.
Yeah, okay. I do a truck for
So
each
you do a
department.
truck.
I do a truck.
They
yeah.
you do a big gift basket for the whole crew?
Yeah, I do a Harry and David's gift basket. They can come into my trailer if I let them, and they can pick around for it. They can root around the chocolates and the moose munch. Do you guys have the moose map?
I've had
love
that.
I love moose munch.
Yeah, me too.
I love moose munch.
I'll do a fun game. I'll start a fire and let the crew put it out for one time. That's really
that
fun.
sucks.
A sort of a turning of the tables. That sucks
I gotta
shit.
use the hoses.
That's yucky and that sucks.
yucky. That is yucky.
Hey, how many PAs have you guys yelled at? Be honest. I know I look like the bad guy. But
None. I mean, none. We're all in the same. We're all in it together. You guys know what I mean?
No.
Yelled at, none. Sick leeches on, 5.
I'm so glad you're investigating why you love leeches.
We've got way too many leeches on that set, and way too many of the leeches are practical. They're alive. They're moving.
I don't think I've spoken to one, no.
Come on. You've never spoken to a PA?
It's so loud. Okay? It's so loud.
How could she possibly? She's in a helicopter.
We don't have action. We have green lights.
It's so crazy. My landlord has forbidden every tenant to watch your show
Yeah.
So the noise complaints.
because all the
So-
noise
Well, is
complaints.
it the noise
crazy.
complaints or the kissing?
I don't know. He's weird. He reminds me of you, Clive,
Why?
because he's yucky.
Hey, cut that shit out, man. Okay? Cut that shit out.
Okay.
What would you say to a young actor coming into the procedural like you, but someone even younger than you?
Yeah, like someone who is I saw my friend has a daughter and she came in and she was in an acting class and she had sides and it was actually from your show.
No way.
Yeah. And they were playing with the sides and they were reading the lines and I was like, this is so funny. And what I will say is I've seen actors who work on procedurals and they go really slow. And I'm like, read it like there's a like go read it like it's real, like something is going on really fast, right? So I think that would be my advice. I don't know about you guys.
I mean, that's such good advice. I mean, all these shows there are disaster. I mean, it's trauma, it's drama, it's crisis mode the whole time. So you got to read it quick.
My advice would be remember why you're doing it. So if you have somebody that you love that is waiting at home for you, print a picture of them, put them in your helmet, put them in your locker. You know, so while you're sitting there on that long day saying, why did I get enlisted into this? Why am I stuck here? You know, fulfilling the service to my country, getting really, really rich, doing these procedurals, you remember why you're doing it.
So I got a question. I'm just remembering now at the beginning of this, you have a wife and kid. You said that right at the beginning?
Oh, I said I have a partner and kids. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
got it.
But it is a woman.
For now or for
For
always?
now. And then the picture I don't have of them, I've drawn what I imagine a queer man to look like.
What you
What
imagine.
does that drawing look like? Yeah. Tell us. Come on.
Tell us what the queer man looks
You
like.
said it, buddy.
I don't think you guys would get it.
No, you're not getting off that easy. Come
Okay, let's just say his haircut is really fun. Okay, that's what I drew.
Okay, what about you, Madame?
Well, I'd tell a younger version of myself, get that coin, baby, and strap in. It's going to be one hell of a ride now. Come on.
That's maybe the best advice I've ever heard in my life. In my life. If
It
only
checks
those
out.
sluts at Open Table heard that advice,
Oh my gosh.
maybe they wouldn't have ruined everyone's lives.
on. My advice. No idea how to respond to that.
What, you don't want to respond to the Open Table allegations?
Believe me, I do.
Oh my God, what is that deafening sound? Thump, 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 thump.
My Uber's here!
Oh, she took helicopters as Ubers.
I'll explain it later.
This has been Artist on Artist on Artist on Artist answering the question now. That's why they call it show business. Good night, Hollywood.
Artists on Artists on Artists on Artists is an improvised Hollywood roundtable podcast created, performed, and produced by Kylie Brakeman, Jeremy Colhane, Angela Giratana, and Patrick McDonald. Full video versions of AOA are available on YouTube, so please like and subscribe and leave us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. That's all for now. Good night, Hollywood!